When you're stuck thinking about all the possible outcomes of your decision, you're overthinking. Do you often find yourself feeling overwhelmed and stressed out because you can't stop thinking about all the little details? If so, you might be overthinking. Overthinking is when your mind starts to race and you can't seem to stop thinking about every little detail and what could go wrong. But don't worry, you're not alone. We've all been there before. It happens when we start to focus too much on the negative and worst-case scenario. And it can be a hard habit to break, but with a few simple tricks, you can learn how to stop overthinking even the smallest decisions. So if you're ready to take control of your thoughts and start making decisions with confidence, keep watching. By the end of this video, you lines have some practical tips that you can use every day to stop overthinking even the smallest decisions. Number 1. Ask yourself if it really matters. When faced with a small decision, take a step back and ask yourself, does it really matter? For example, if you're trying to decide what to wear, remind yourself that it's just a shirt and pants. It doesn't define who you are and it won't change the outcome of your day. By putting your worries into perspective, you can stop overthinking the situation and make a quick decision. Another way to look at it is to ask yourself, will this matter in 10 years? If the answer is no, then it's likely not worth worrying about. This technique can help you focus on what truly matters and stop stressing over the small stuff. In fact, research has shown that focusing on the present moment can reduce anxiety and increase feelings of well-being. So try it out the next time you find yourself overthinking a small decision. You may be surprised at how much better you feel once you stop stressing over it. Number 2, challenge your negative thoughts. Are you always imagining worst-case scenarios? When you're overthinking, your mind can play tricks on you, making you feel like the worst-case scenario is the most likely outcome. But that's not always true. Take some deep breaths and challenge those negative thoughts. Ask yourself, is this thought helpful? Is it true? And what evidence do I have to support it? By challenging your negative thoughts, you can start to see them in a different light and break the cycle of overthinking. Remember, you have the power to choose which thoughts you focus on. So instead of dwelling on the negative, try to focus on the positive. It may not be easy, but with practice, you can learn to control your thoughts and reduce your overthinking. If you're finding this advice helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe for more mental health tips and tricks. Your support helps us reach more people with our mental health mission. Now, let's move on to the next point. Number 3, focus on the solution. When you're overthinking, it's easy to get stuck in a loop of negative thoughts. Instead of focusing on the problem, shift your attention to the solution. Ask yourself, what can I do to improve this situation? By focusing on solutions, you'll be able to come up with actionable steps that can help you move forward. Overthinking can cause a lot of distress, but it doesn't have to. By following these 3 tips, you can learn to control your thoughts and reduce your overthinking. Just remember to ask yourself if it really matters, challenge your negative thoughts, and focus on solutions. With a little bit of practice, you'll be on your way to a less stressful and more peaceful life. Number 4, practice mindfulness meditation. Mindfulness meditation is a great way to calm your mind and focus on the present moment. By practicing mindfulness meditation, you can learn to observe your thoughts without judgment and reduce the amount of time you spend overthinking. There are many different ways to meditate, but a simple technique is to find a quiet space, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. As you inhale and exhale, let go of any distractions and bring your attention back to your breath. If your mind wanders to other thoughts, gently guide your attention back to your breath. With regular practice, mindfulness meditation can help you become more aware of your thoughts and emotions and give you the tools to manage them more effectively. This can be especially helpful when you're faced with a difficult decision and are prone to overthinking. So, if you want to learn more about mindfulness meditation, there are plenty of resources available online and in books. Give it a try and see how it can help you reduce overthinking in your own life. Number 5, set boundaries. Setting boundaries is essential for reducing overthinking. When you have clear boundaries, you know where your limits are and what you're comfortable with. This can help you make decisions with confidence and reduce the chances that you'll overthink them. To set boundaries, start by identifying your values and priorities. What's important to you? What do you want to protect? Once you have a clear understanding of your values and priorities, it's time to set some boundaries. Decide what you're willing to tolerate and what you're not. For example, if you're someone who values peace and quiet, you might set a boundary that you need silence in the evenings to relax. If you value your time, you might set a boundary that you won't be available to everyone at all times. It's important to communicate your boundaries clearly and assertively. Let the people in your life know what you need and don't be afraid to say no when necessary. By setting boundaries, you'll be able to protect your mental health and reduce the amount of time you spend overthinking decisions. You'll be able to make decisions with confidence and clarity, knowing that you're acting in accordance with your values and priorities. Number 6, don't seek validation from others. One way to stop overthinking even the smallest decisions is to avoid seeking validation from others. When you're constantly looking for approval and affirmation from those around you, you're opening yourself up to a lot of unnecessary stress and anxiety. The truth is that you can't control what other people think, and that's something you need to accept. Instead of seeking validation from others, focus on building a strong sense of self-validation. This means learning to appreciate yourself and your own opinions and values without needing external affirmation. It can be tough to break the habit of seeking validation from others, but it's definitely possible. Start by being more mindful of when you're doing it. Are you constantly asking yourself what others think? Do you feel anxious when you don't get the response you were hoping for? Once you're aware of your tendencies, you can start to challenge them. Remind yourself that you do and need others to validate your thoughts and feelings, and that you're allowed to have your own opinions. Building a strong sense of self-validation takes time, but the benefits are definitely worth it. Not only will you reduce the amount of overthinking you do, but you'll also become more confident and secure in your own sense of self. Number 7, accept that you can't control everything. One of the main causes of overthinking is the belief that we can control everything. But the truth is that there are many things in life that are simply beyond our control. When we try to control everything, we set ourselves up for disappointment and frustration. We need to learn to accept that some things are simply out of our hands, and that's okay. By accepting this, we can free ourselves from the burden of trying to control everything and focus on the things that we actually can control. This can be a difficult mindset to shift, but it's definitely possible. Start by becoming more aware of when you're trying to control everything. Are you constantly worrying about things that are out of your control? Do you feel anxious when you can't fix every problem? Once you're aware of your tendencies, you can start to challenge them. Remind yourself that it's okay to let go and that you can't always fix every situation. It can be tough to accept that we can't control everything, but it's an important lesson to learn if we want to reduce overthinking and increase our peace of mind. We hope that these tips have been helpful to you and that you're now one step closer to making decisions with confidence and clarity. Remember that it's normal to overthink sometimes, but it's not healthy if it becomes a habit. So try out these tips the next time you find yourself overthinking even the smallest decisions. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more mental health tips and tricks. Your support helps us reach more people with our mental health mission. Thanks for watching.